Well, we'll move on to the
Loot crate
controversy
issue.
with the loot crates. Yeah.
Well, we can pretty much go on there now because so far it's only beta so far. The actual game isn't out yet, and I'm sure that when the game actually comes out, there'll be a lot more to say about it.
Well, they've already come out saying they're going to change some things.
Yeah. So the controversy at the moment, if one of you guys want to explain, because you probably know more about it. So before the changes were made, where were they? Where were they?
So you unlock loot crates by either playing the game. You get daily loot crates and all that jazz. So you earn currency in the game.
You can buy loot crates.
You've got different levels of what you're going to get.
And there's challenges. The challenges are probably more like, if you know the challenges from Titanfall, for example. Yeah. In Titanfall, you complete the challenge, it would unlock things for the weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
It's more like that, but it unlocks loot crates instead.
And then you can also... This is the issue, apparently.
You can also
buy these loot crates.
With real life money.
Mm. In these loot crates, you get emotes, you get like different hairstyles.
So you get skins and stuff.
Cosmetic stuff.
You get all the cosmetics.
Which is fine. The cosmetics okay.
Voice lines, you get poses from when you MVP and shit like that. Yeah? Which is all fine. That's like no one has any complaints about any of that stuff being in the loot crates. What people do have complaints about is when they have the star cards in the loot crates. Now, some of the star cards, it doesn't matter that much.
They upgrade your abilities, star cards do, and there's different levels of them, so you can upgrade them.
Yeah.
And like the top level ones can have a really big effect. So like it might take you 15 seconds for an ability to recharge instead of 30, for example. I mean, like, so like, if you're talking about, say, the grenade launcher ability, you're then flinging 3 grenades every 15 seconds as opposed to every 30.
I did see there's one star card for Boba Fett that when you're using the jetpack
as
Boba Fett, you can make yourself invincible.
Well, it's not quite invincible.
You would be invincible.
It's not quite invincible. It's you take look.
There's different levels of star cards, isn't there?
Yeah, the highest level you take like out of the 100% damage you could have took, you take 10%.
It's ridiculous.
Bear in mind, health regens for heroes now. They're EO pigs. And he can just fly away with a jetpack and get to cover somewhere.
You had health regen for heroes in the last one.
Did that?
Yeah, you did.
You just didn't have it in the originals.
Are you sure you had it in the last one?
You did.
I don't think
walk
they
away
had
as Darth
regen.
Vader, hide in the corner and get my health back and go fucking
Yeah, literally.
I'm pretty sure they didn't. I'm pretty sure Boba Fett didn't have regen because I remember his health got low and I had to just be really careful to not
pretty sure I had
die.
regen.
No,
Tell us in the comments if we're wrong. Whoever's right.
I don't think they did.
Team Chris if it regens. Team Jamie if it doesn't.
Maybe healed too, maybe you don't know. Anyway.
Maybe they changed it halfway through the game.
It doesn't really matter. All this controversy was all pay to win, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh no, you can't do that, EA. EA are going to do whatever they want anyway. However, statement was issued this morning.
Yesterday morning.
I think it was yesterday, because I remember hearing about it yesterday, saying they're going to change certain things about the game, about the star card system, about loot crates and how it's going to work. Now, it's yet to be actually seen. And we're going to have to wait until the actual game's out before we see what exact changes they've made. But they said they're going to make it less. They
said in the statement, the really high-level OP star cards...
Like the Boba Fett one.
...are not available in loot crates.
Well, they are available in loot crates. They're just not available in...
Purchasable
loot crates.
With real money.
They also said that even high-level star cards, like the really good star cards, you can't equip them if you have not played the game enough to level yourself up to be able to use them.
A certain level in the game to use them.
So you can't just buy it and win.
To get to that point anyway.
So you can't go, game day one, got this high power star card, wrecking everyone.
Yeah.
You have to have played the game a lot.
I think that's fair.
Which it kind of it evens it out eventually. But eventually you're going to get to the point where...
Everyone's high level.
I suppose it shows the people who are going to have the high ones unlocked or... be able to use them are going to be the ones that play the game all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad, considering they put in the effort, obviously.
No, obviously if you practice at the game, you're going to be better at the game.
Yeah. But obviously if you've played the game a lot and say you're not rolling it in a loot crate that you've earned in the game, and you literally play the game every day for, say, a year, and you don't get it, and you just get pissed off, you can buy it. But saying that, even if you buy it, there's no guarantee you're going to get it.
And you know what?
Because you can get any I think it's 5 or 4 random star cards. It's not like you're not purchasing a specific.
You can buy as many loot crates as you want But if you're not good at the game, it's not going to make you good.
Yeah, it's not going to make you.
You can't
amazing,
aim if you're not good at the game.
Unless
you can spend
someone's
hundreds and hundreds of
balance.
aims.
Yeah,
You're
and
not
even
gonna be
with the
good at
Boba
it.
Fett thing, like, no one lasts that. Even if it makes you invincible when you're flying, like near enough invincible when you're flying, when your jetpacks don't last that long, and you're going to land on the floor and you're going to get wrecked
Mate.
because everyone aims for the hero.
Mate,
Yeah.
Farrah's jetpack doesn't last long, and I still wreck everyone.
Well, yeah.
That's different mechanics, though, because she's designed to be in the air at all times.
No, but what I
Boba
mean,
Fett's not.
when Boba Fett lands, that power's gone.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to shoot him, and he's going to die.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
people don't tend to last as
Is it
hero.
not like it was in
He's not
one?
constant.
He can't be in the air.
It's
nearly
kind of like
constantly.
it boosts up for a bit.
Hovers a little
and then
bit and
hovers
goes.
down,
Yeah.
He runs out of fuel. So the star card is
More fuel, essentially.
more fuel, basically.
Okay.
Well, I find issue with these sorts of games where they have like a set progression system and then you unlock things much more powerful as you get further on. Is that in 6 months' time, if a new player wants to come to the game, they're going to get on, play a match, and be like, "I just got absolutely annihilated by everyone that's constantly playing it." And if you don't
That's the
want to play
people
after
they're trying that they want to buy the loot crates
Yeah.
to get those
That's,
star
no,
cards.
that's what I'm saying, and that's the exact people that they're trying to exploit at that point with the original system. So, they're going to come to the game and feel like they have to do this in order to be competitive in any way.
But
shape,
at
or form.
least now, like before they changed it, people were like, "Oh, that person must have bought that star card." But at least now you know, like at least they've put in a lot of time in the game and play the game a lot, so you know.
Yeah,
like,
as long as you have to get to a certain
the
level,
star
yeah.
card,
No.
if you know
It's
what I
not
mean. So it's not as bad now. It's not perfect,
No.
but at the end of the day, like people are like, "Oh, loot crates should be across all games should be just cosmetic stuff."
Mhm.
But there's only so much cosmetic stuff they can do in a Star Wars game because you're not going to have a fucking stormtrooper going around in pink camo, are you?
You should.
Why not?
You should do
Because they're going for Star Wars realism. You're not going to get that
What?
shit.
I want Star Wars.
What if you're on a planet? It's got loads of pink plants everywhere. you
Exactly.
can camouflage
How
it.
can they go for
Does
Star
it-
Wars realism when they've got all characters from all different gens all together? So you just
You know
make
what I
a
mean?
Star
She
Wars.
has
No,
a
no,
very
no.
good point.
No,
Why
yeah.
isn't
I
Kylo
am not
throwing those
as
full
a big
tweets
Star
at?
Wars fan, I would not play. As a big Star Wars fan, I would not play a game where people different storm.
Why isn't Carlo just
wrecking
wrecking the entire enemy team by just stopping all the laser
Well,
bolts in midair?
well, yeah, but you know,
These are the real
That's
questions.
so true.
there's certain things I just couldn't do, and that's have pink camo fucking stormtroopers running
So you
around.
know
It
what?
is.
It's all old. It's all
And fair enough,
good.
they can't bring like in Overwatch, like they have skins and everything
Yeah.
people want, and that's what drives those loot crates in that games. But don't make things that make the game
Don't make it
worse
better.
on
Yeah.
new players, especially.
Yeah.
Don't make it harder for people to get into the game.
Do they match on servers with like level, or is it
Don't
just
know.
totally random?
Probably.
'Cause
Unless
that's
you
the
bring in
only
your
way
own
to
friends
combat
kind of
it.
thing.
If it's random matchmaking, I think it tries to make the teams
I
balanced.
think also like this whole thing would be worse if there was a ranked mode or a competitive like esport type of
No,
game.
there's-
But because there's not,
It's
and
not
just
the right
like
sort of
play
game.
for
It's not
fun.
good.
I don't think it's that much of a bigger deal if it would be if it.
And
was something like
I think
Overwatch.
they've purposely played on that. Like you'd never see anything like that in a Battlefield game because people would literally go
Yeah.
through the roof.
People
There
do
would
that competitively.
there would be a literal boycott. But because this has got Star Wars attached to it, they know people are going to buy it anyway.
Literally.
Yeah.
I know. Do you know what? This is the thing. Like when I heard about this, I was outraged, and then 10 minutes later, I was like, you
We
know
buy
what
it
though?
anyway.
But it's Star Wars.
Thing is, like,
Like-
That's the thing.
a
Yeah.
lot of people who are like quite excited about the game and wanting to get it are now boycotting it because of this. But I think that's the wrong way to go about it. Because
I don't think so.
no, because the thing
Because
is,
I know
you're
the
missing
point you want
out
to make.
on a really good game with really good story mode as well, apparently.
The story mode is going to be the best
And
part of the
you're
game.
missing out on having all that fun because some random guy in a match every now and then might be better than you, or might have some cards to make him better than you.
It's not
if you're a better
that-
player,
the-
you're going to be
the-
better
but
than him
the
anyway.
issue isn't the fact that they've got this person. That guy's not the issue. The issue is that they've enabled that.
Yeah.
The issue is
It's
that they've
the
put that in
prin-
place
it's
for
the
that to happen.
principle of
But
it,
the
it's
only way
principle.
anything, the thing is, if people boycott the game, all the people that are going to be playing the game, if every single person who disagreed with this, including me,
Mhm.
boycotted the game,
The only people
the
you
only
have
people
left are the
left
people
playing the
willing to
game
pay.
are the people who buy the microtransactions. Therefore, EA are going to carry on with the
No,
microtransactions because they're only going to listen to people who buy the game
I don't
and
agree
play
with that
the
because
game.
then the overall sales numbers are still going to take a massive dip. People are going to buy the microtransactions. I'm going to buy the game.
That's
anyway.
fair.
They're going to buy if everyone buys
If
it.
it was
They're going to buy it if
if
nobody
it was
buys
a
it.
generic game
still
that
gonna be
wouldn't
less people buy
sell millions anyway,
Yeah.
fair enough. But because it's
That
Star Wars,
is the thing.
regardless of that, a lot of people who play this game aren't going to know about this because they're not big gamers. They're just Star Wars fans. They're not going to know about it, so they're going to buy the game anyway. So the game's going to sell well regardless of this.
But the thing is, they're going to know about it as soon as they buy the game because it's literally on the front.
That's fair enough. But
That's very in your face.
They've bought the game. The game's going to sell well anyway.
Of course, it's Star Wars. That's why they've attached it because they know
the only way it's going to change is if the people that buy the game and if the majority of the people that buy the game don't touch the microtransactions, because then they're going to see because that's the reason the season pass went away, because the majority of the people, like at least 80% of the people that played Battlefront, the first one, didn't play buy the season pass, didn't play any of the DLC, and then so now it's free. So that's publishers will be publishers and try and make money either way.
Of course, they're going to get every.
That's the way it goes. It's a business at the end of the day, and as shitty as it sounds, you kind of got to see it from a business point of view. You know what I mean? They've got to make money somehow, and because they're keeping it on as a service, and it's going to go across until the next Battlefront 3, whenever that is, because it's been 2 years since the last one.
It's been by early, yeah.
It's going to be. They've got to keep it going. They've got to keep up all this free content. They've got to pay for it somehow. And I know you say EA's got all this massive money, but at the end of the day, they're a business who's got to make a profit. They can't just get by.
Yeah. If EA could do whatever they wanted with the money they got, and
I don't think the amount of money they're going to make off just based out of this game, I don't think that's going to be getting by. I think they're going to make way more.
But the thing is, you got to think it from their business point of view is they want to make as much money as possible.
Oh yeah, I don't blame them, but you can see that.
You
can see when they're leaning from wanting to make a bit more money and then leaning to anti-consumer. You can see where the transition that you've seen that they've made there, saying okay, everyone's going to buy this game because it's Star Wars. People are going to buy it anyway, but then we can get these people who are going to hog these microtransactions and we'll squeeze more money out of these people.
I mean, fair enough. The people who are just on the fence about getting the game, don't know whether to get it, are just I was going to play it, but I'm not super excited about it. Fair enough, then boycotting it because they're not going to continue to play it anyway.
It's not a boycott. It's the fact, I'm disinterested in Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I enjoy Star Wars, but I'm not super hardcore.
No, exactly, you're not a hardcore fan.
But then hearing about what the way that they want to go about this, it just turned me off.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's fine because you weren't super excited about the game. You know what I mean? You weren't heavily into it. But there's those people on forums and stuff who were heavily into Star Wars. And were super. This was their big game of the year that they were going to get, and they're boycotting it. And I think that's the wrong decision to make in terms of being a huge Star Wars fan.
You know what?
Because there's so much they're missing out on in terms of, especially the story, in the 30-year span from Return of the Jedi to The Force Awakens. That's a big thing for a Star Wars fan, and they're missing out on that.
But we'll see, because they've rebased by quite a story.
When Resident Evil 7 got announced, I was like, I'm not playing this game because it's not the Resident Evil I know and love. I lasted a day and I went to Asda and bought it because I needed to play it. So all these people that are
all this controversy.
They're 100% going to get it anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
They're out on a Star Wars forum telling them they're not going to buy something Star Wars. Of course
do you know what I think? Do you know what I think is blowing this out of proportion? I think what's blowing this out of proportion is the fact that they're like, there's microtransactions and you can get star cards. And they said that and everyone was outraged, and then only yesterday did they come and be like, oh, well, you can't get the really, really good stuff in it, and even if you get something good, you still got to grind to play the game to get the level.
They didn't detail enough.
If they would have said that at the start, no one would have been all like, I'm not playing the game.
I think it helps that this isn't the only game that's having issues with this at the moment.
Yeah.
This isn't the only game that's having the big microtransactions.
Games as a service is becoming more of a thing across more games.
Every game under the sun's got them now. Fucking Forza's got them.
Yeah, and that had a big controversy. That had a big controversy initially.
Is that just cosmetics for the car, or is it
No. So they have what's called a VIP mode in the game. It's not microtransactions, but it is what the class of games as a service. Basically, that it was the same cost, but significantly reduced from what it was in the previous game in the series.
Okay.
So basically, when you get this VIP mode in Forza 6, across every race that you played in the game, only in game story mode, your XP boost, you had an XP boost of 100%. You got double the XP.
Oh my god.
In the new game, now bear in mind that the VIP pack costs exactly the same as it did in the previous game. You only get that for the first 25 races. And if you want to get that past that, then you have the microtransaction option to get more after that. And then everyone went mad on it, saying, why are you charging the same for an actual lesser service? You've made the game worse in order to sell you this extra stuff from the previous iteration.
There's so many games hit with it. I mean, there's the whole Shadow of War controversy, which we talked about earlier, which Hasn't affected me so far, but I haven't got to the end of the game, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently people are complaining about it. You had NBA 2K what year is it? 17.
Yeah, 17.
That's had issues where its story mode's got DLC in. Not DLC, microtransactions where you buy outfits and haircuts and stuff like that. And it's like it gets to a point. It gets bad when you've got single player games having microtransactions.
Mm-hmm.
Never used to be a thing.
Mm-hmm. It started. I remember when it first started with one of the Assassin's Creed games. Started doing it, but it wasn't. And Dead Space 3 did it as well. I remember back then, and people were going mad about it then. The big issue I have with these is that I don't mind the developers making stuff and later on like bringing additional content for the game. That's fine. That's when DLC packs or expansion passes come into it. But when you can sit there and you can see that they've removed stuff from the game they've made, and you've bought this game and removed it to sell it onto you again as a season pass, as a season pass, or as microtransactions or anything, and you're sitting there like, why am I paying you for the original product?
Yeah.
Why am I paying you? Like, obviously, it works in things like League of Legends or Dota or anything like that because they're free games. You're not paying for the original game, but when you're sitting there, you're paying $60, £50 for this game, and then they're like, buy this extra stuff. Literally, it's the exact same thing in the first Destiny game.
People were glitching into the areas you couldn't get into yet in Destiny. No, finding all the ghosts in the areas that were supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Look, Destiny's a good example of that, where they've made the game worse in order to sell you additional stuff. Things like shaders.
Destiny 2, they've took away, like, the Destiny 2 got the same issue as Forza. They took away from the previous games to sell it to you as extra, and it's like it gets to a point.
That is scummy tactics.
Pretty much
that is 100% scummy tactics.
Stopped playing Destiny now.
We're gonna play it again.
I'm gonna play it, but it's just I haven't got around to it. But
it's other games coming out.
I think,
but I haven't bought a fucking Bright End game to get a fucking shader. I'm not doing it. I refuse to do it.
This is the thing. I think with EA doing it as well. EA's already got a reputation for
EA does fucking
horrible
Ultimate Team coins, Ultimate Team packs. Fucking EA did it before anyone, and Ultimate Team is the biggest mode in FIFA now, and people love it. And the amount of money people spend on those fucking Ultimate Team packs, and that's a I wouldn't mind. I don't mind microtransactions like so much if it's not pay to win, but like especially if it's like cosmetic stuff. And you know what you're buying. I don't like when it's fucking crates where you can buy one crate and get what you want, but someone else could buy 50 crates
and get nothing
and not get the same thing they want.
How do you feel about GTA?
Bullshit.
Microtransactions and the multiplayer.
I've never bought them, but
and then the shark card.
That's the thing.
The money, the basics of the money. You can buy money.
Yeah. The thing is, it's people complain about all of these stuff, like the GTA shark card and stuff. That's made them the most money.
You can't use any of the vehicles you can buy with it until you're at the right level anyway.
Yeah. Just like the Battlefront things changed.
With GTA, when you buy in GTA 5 on online, you can buy money in the games. You can buy millions of pounds called shark cards. Yeah. But at least when you buy them, you know you're getting that money.
Yeah.
you know. I'm buying this in order to purchase this. In order to purchase this in the game. But when you buy loot crates, God knows what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And we all love Overwatch, but they started the fucking loot crate shit.
They did, but do you know what? They're the only ones to do it well. They're the only ones to do it the right way.
But then everyone's like, we could make it a chance that they're going to get something. So if they don't get what they want, they have to do it again and again and again. And it's like, I'd rather put this amount of money in to get what I want, as opposed to put either between this amount of money to.
The thing is, what they've looked at Battlefield, they thought, okay, they've got these things. It's exactly what it is. But we know this. They've looked at Battlefield and things. The way they want to do it is they want to incorporate things that challenge the game that makes you as a better individual because they incentivise you more to buy more packs.
Yeah.
And when you get a crate in Overwatch and you don't get the skin that you want, it's like, shame, I'll get it next time I unlock a crate. In Battlefront, if you're playing it and you're like, I want this particular thing, and you get your free one, you're like, I didn't get it in that, but I still want it. But and if I don't get it, I'm not going to be as good as I would be otherwise. You're going to pay money in order to get the thing that you want. You're more incentivised to get something that changes the way you physically play rather than the way that you look.
Yeah.
And that's all. And they're trying their hardest to edge that in.
Yeah.
They're trying their hardest to edge. Like it's all coming off the back of mobile games with things like Candy Crush and things like that.
Yeah.
And they've looked at that and think we want a piece of that.
But do you know what though? Like regardless to whether or not this statement was the truth before they released it. Whether or not, like, it wasn't going to be like that, but people kicked up a fuss and now it's like that. If it is the way they say it's going to be, with the levels and the OP ones not being in the box, who cares? Nobody cares.
It doesn't make that much of a difference anymore.
Like, if you have to play the game to use anything good, then
if you actually have to...
You could open the first loot box you get and you could have amazing things
like,
in.
You could go into a game and you could see someone with that really good star card, but because they have to be a certain level and have to have played the game enough to get it, for all you know, they might have bought it, but for all you know, they could have earned that.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really make that much of a difference now.
And you can get those star cards, but if you're not... That's what I'm saying, like,
it's not
they shot themselves in the foot, boy, they caused a controversy. Now, whether or not it wasn't going to be like that until people moaned, but either way, they've rectified it now.
Yeah.
So really, it's not an issue. It's not an issue anymore.
It's not an issue anymore. But
so,
people are still gonna. People, a lot of people. I mean, I had to look for that statement. Like, a lot of people are just going to see what they saw last week
and be like, no,
and like cancel their pre-order, not getting the game now, and it's like. That shot EA in the foot. EA put it in left the beta how it was. They left the beta how it was to test the waters, to see what people, what they could get away with.
Yeah.
100%.
And I 100% don't think it's DICE, it's EA, obviously.
Yeah,
it's always, all this stuff is on the publisher side. Developers, if they could, would never really put any of that shit in their games. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter to them.
So they want to make the best product possible.
And I'd rather have the trade-off. I'd rather have some people willing to pay for a loot box that could have something good in it and get all the DLC
and get all the DLC and everything free.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I mean...
Look, Overwatch, you've not paid for a single piece of content in Overwatch, and look how much stuff you get in Overwatch. Insane amounts of extra stuff in Overwatch.
In terms of Battlefront now, like you just said, like, I got all the DLC for free. I know I'm never going to get a loot box.
No.
I'm spent at the most, for me, because I'm going to get it from Asda or whatever, 44 quid on that game. I'm not going to spend... If I like Battlefront 1, I spent 80 quid on the game.
For the DLC,
for the season pass. Which I
get the season pass?
But I did get it, yeah.
I didn't even get them.
I hardly played it, but I did get it. And
but at least
I spent 80 quid. And like, the thing is, because they announced the season pass at the start of the game, you know, if you like the game, you're probably going to get the season pass, and you're going to spend a lot of money on that game. Whereas if EA get the same amount of money from some person buying loads of fucking crates,
and I get the DLC for free,
and possibly not even getting what they want. And I get the DLC for free and only have to ever pay 44 quid for the game. That's fine by me at the end of the day. And I can live with that.
I think they're going to test it in this game. This is the first real game that EA properly went full in with this sort of thing. And they're going to see, compared to the first game, what's going to make more money for them, whether the microtransactions or... And if this is going to be the deciding thing for their future games. What I don't want to happen is in 5 years' time, all the games that they release is just a shell that they use to sell extra microtransactions to.
Microtransactions aren't necessarily, like, on their own a terrible
They're not an inherently evil thing, it's the way people use them.
Exactly. And I think because, I mean, they've been around in some games for quite a while, but being in a majority of games, they're relatively a new thing. And it's like, I think what they're doing is it's testing how they can be accepted, what people like, what people don't like. They're only going to get worse before they get better. Like, someone's going to do worse than this. and they're going to keep it in the game. And people are going to be fucking raging. And then eventually people will realise what they can accept. What people like.
Definitely.
And then it'll just stay like that. And then that'll be the trend. Because we had the trend of the fucking
season
map packs and
Yeah.
everything. And then they went away. And now we have season passes.
Well, map packs are still a thing. They're still
I know. But like,
what
the majority did season passes. Now it's microtransactions.
What it reminds me of, which failed very quickly, is remember for a while Activision and EA had released the online passes. So if you purchased the game brand new, you got an online pass of single use code, but if you purchased it as a second hand product,
you had to buy the online pass.
Didn't
Mass Effect 2 have that?
Mass Effect 2, did Call of Duty have it?
I had to buy that shit.
I can't remember, but a few games had it, and the uproar was immense. And they dropped it.
Because pre-owned games were the big thing back then.
They were, and then they dropped it as a thing basically when the new generation of consoles came out, because that was a PS3 or 360 thing. But I can see this going. It's either if it sticks or not, but I can see this causing the same kind of controversy at the same time. As people feel like they're getting a lesser game than they would have about 10 years ago. That's what the issue is. People saying, why is my £50 now worth less than my £50 10 years ago? why are you trying to sell me all extra stuff now, extra on top, which I would have got with the game before?
Yeah.
That's what people's biggest gripe is. They feel like they're being ripped off.
I don't think we would have got the season pass for free for this game if Mass Effect Andromeda hadn't tanked.
Really?
No.
Why?
Because they promised so much, and they basically they couldn't even hold their hands up and be like, we made a bad game, sorry, we're going to fix it. They didn't have the balls to stand by their own product. They were just like, forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it. If you pay for the season pass, forget it. So I reckon this was...
People said pay for the season. There was a season pass.
There was.
Yeah,
Did
there
it promise
was.
story content?
Yeah.
Well, no, but it was implied.
Give
But
the
do you
money
know
back.
No,
You know
there's
what,
always
though?
there's always a disclaimer when you buy it.
You know what? And there's always like, you paid for the multiplayer.
But
stuff.
this is the twist. This was we'll come out and we'll say all the DLC for Star Wars is free, and everyone's like, woo, and they're like, but we'll slip the microtransactions in. It's like a trade off, but
Want
to
to
be
buy
fair,
some chips? Do you want to buy some Star
got
cards?
some death sticks. But yeah, no, I think the way they handled it is really poor, and they've got to be shoving this down people's throats that it doesn't work the way they originally thought it was going to work. Because otherwise,
I reckon they did it,
it's going to go down.
and then they had the backlash, and DICE probably went to EA like, please let us fix this. Please let us change this so it's not as bad in terms of like in the eyes of the public. And I think they let them do what as much as what DICE could do in terms of like
fixing it,
but still keeping them in the game and pleasing the publisher EA.
Yeah.
The Dark Lord EA. But you know what? This is just a stopgap. This game is coming out in November to keep me on that Star Wars hype, on that crack
Until the film comes
till
out.
the film comes out. And then I'll play it again till an actual proper good Star Wars game comes out.
The thing is, like
the ones we've been
proper
promised.
story one,
yeah.
With that, I think a lot of people will be playing it
Knights of the
longer.
Old Republic.
Literally, like when they're gonna drop that
Amy
sweet
Hennig
Knights
game.
of the Old Republic
That's
game.
the Amy Hennig game. That's going to be fucking boss game. It is.
We got that sneak peek.
That's
of
going way
it.
off though.
The thing is, though, I think we've got too much expectation for that game.
Not coming out,
It's
but
not going to be
it'll
until
be
1
out.
or 2, is it? Let's face it.
Because they've run out of Star Wars games to shows now.
That's literally what they need to do. They need to just come out and be like, we're going to remaster Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, and everyone will be like,
If anything, I reckon they'll reboot that.
I
And I know it'd be a shame.
It would be a remaster, it would be a
But
remake.
at the end of the day,
I don't want them to get rid of it.
it's legend now. If they reboot it, they can make it canon.
The Commander one, yeah.
So, yeah.
All those, I've never
Whoa.
seen such raw power memes. I've only seen raw power like this before, and it's just Revan, and you're like, Revan would kill all you. Revan would look at Kylo Ren and he'd drop down dead. Bring back Revan. Save Revan 2K17.
The thing is, Disney actually patched
Yeah,
you said that the other day, didn't you?
the PC, so it actually now supports widescreen resolution and everything.
Yeah, it's weird
And
that
all
they
that.
patched the game that's old.
Because
Yeah.
it's so good.
It's strange. But they do that randomly. Some developers just go back and fix old
It's
games.
so- it's so
sporadic as well. It's
strange
just like, why are you
sitting
doing
here
this?
now.
Then nothing happens for years.
It's so strange
It's like,
sitting
what?
here now, talking about Star Wars like it's a big new hype thing.
Yeah.
And
when
think about 5 years ago when it was dead.
Literally,
It was so
literally.
dead. And now everyone's on the Star Wars hype.
Think
I
that-
never thought in my lifetime I'd live to see another Star Wars film. I honestly didn't think.
After
Yeah.
how
I know
much
that's being
people-
really dramatic, but I honestly didn't think.
After how much people hated on
The
the
prequel.
prequels.
You're all wrong. All of you
Like,
are
to
wrong.
be fair, one of those movies is bad.
Yeah.
And that's the second
The
one.
second one is
Attack of the Clones is just a terrible movie.
apart from the end of the
Yeah,
bit.
the
end
end
bit's
of that
good,
film
but-
redeems it, I guess, a little bit. But in Phantom Menace has its moments where it's boring.
Phantom Menace is a good film. I
Um,
don't care what anyone
the
says.
end
Pod
of that-
racing
you
too.
know what?
Amazing.
The end and the
Now
middle of that
they're
film
pod
redeem
racing.
that as well.
And then Episode 3 is the best Star Wars movie
Episode 3 is
to
alright. I
date.
like Episode 3.
No matter what Disney chuck at me, it's never got my favourite Star Wars movie is Episode 3.
Until The Last Jedi.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, Last Jedi, you're not going to...
But because so much hate came from the prequels, I was so shocked when.
Yeah.
But I was worried. I was worried when Disney were like, "Yeah, we brought
Literally.
Star Wars," and I was like, "Oh,
Literally.
it's Disney though."
I refused to buy a midnight ticket with him because
Thought it was
I
gonna be
thought
shit.
Disney were going to ruin it, and I was like, I'd rather go to work and earn some money and see it on the 8 o'clock on the next night. And then I watched it, and like it just started, and I was like, oh my god. And then like I was just all the way through, like Beth sat next to me, and like things happening. I was like, and then like Princess Leia came down. And in that ship, and I was like, I had like tears in my eyes. I was like, Beth, it's Princess Leia, and Beth just said like, okay,
Yes.
okay. And I was like, oh my god, Disney did a good job. I was so shocked. I was shocked.
That was so
He was
shocked.
crying.
So
He
shocked.
was crying when the opening scene came on.
Oh,
Christmas.
I fucking
Literally.
bawling, mate.
As soon as he gets
Not just the first time I saw it either.
It's like,
I've never been to a film, especially a Midnight Showing. I've never been to a Midnight Showing where people clapped at the end.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
People clapped at the end, and I'm like,
it's
a film, they can't hear you.
It all feeds back into that, what you said. It's like, it's got Star Wars written on it. And if you're hardcore nerds like us, like, that means more than anything. Yeah. Because you're going to buy that. And it's the experience you have, like me, you and Jake. Yeah, like, me, him and Jake sit down to play that game. And it's a totally different experience to say, look, you choose to sit down and play it. Because it's not the same for you. It's not the same for you when you're there and you're making all these little jokes and you're saying all the quotes, and it's a different experience.
It is, yeah. You've got the lore and everything to fall back onto, whereas I need the gameplay experience.
Yeah.
And as a pure take away the Star Wars, strip it all out as an actual game.
It's not a great game.
It's kind of boring.
Literally. But it's got this Star Wars.
Yeah.
It literally. The bedrock of it is how much you are devoted to Star Wars. Yeah. But that's what it is.
What we need now, because they've got 2 Battlefronts out so far.
Yeah.
I would have thought after the first Battlefront, you get a different Star Wars game come out at least before you get the second Battlefront.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Hurry up, guys!
Thought that they
we need more Star Wars games.
I would have thought they would have just built on top of one.
Do you know what it is? It's easy to chuck stuff on Battlefield.
Yeah.
To make a Battlefront game.
And the thing is, they had the base
built from ground
up.
Like,
if anything, the first Battlefront game was a glorified beta.
Yeah.
For me.
Literally, it was.
For this one. Hopefully, anyway.
But they should have just bought Knights of the Republic 3 out.
100%. No, do you know, I don't even want the 3, I just want the first 2 again.
No,
on my PlayStation 4.
What they need to do is, they need to remake the first 2, and then...
Yeah. If you haven't played, if you're devoted to Star Wars and you haven't played Knights of the Old Republic, go and play it. It's one of the best games I've ever played. It's so good.
I don't know how you can call yourself a Star Wars fan.
I had a PS2. It was non-PS2.
Scrub.
It was.
Nope.
It was an Xbox.
It was an Xbox.
It was an Xbox exclusive, and that's why I didn't play it. I would have played it.
Can you get it on Xbox One? Can you get an Xbox One backwards compatibility?
I don't know.
A lot of stuff isn't out on that yet.
Can you?
I've got both on PC. Number 2 is playable now because they patched it. Number 1, you have to install mods and stuff to get it working.
Yeah, I couldn't get the first one working. I was like, I made my character, I pressed A to start, and nothing happened, and I was like,
I think it's a huge shame that me and Corey will never get the Star Wars game we want. I don't think it will ever happen.
What's that pod racing game?
Pod racing. The next one, it won't happen because the hate on prequels so much. It's not going to happen.
Pod
it's such a shame.
Was so much fun.
That game made me feel so sick.
I loved it because you can customise your shit so much. You can put on different modules. Oh, so good. I love that game.
That's the only thing you know about Star Wars, isn't it?
I had that one.
Corey's like, now this is pod racing.
It was actually.
You know
it's
what?
the only thing that matters.
You know what? We should mention. If you watched our Battlefront 2 podcast we did just purely about Battlefront 2, and you saw Corey go on a 20-minute rant about how much he loved Cassian from Rogue One. Yeah, about 2 days later, he was like, I didn't mean Cassian, I meant Krennic. Because when you were saying this, I was like, really? I was like, I didn't like Cassian, and you were so passionate, and I thought, I'm not going to say anything. And then 2 days later, he was like, I meant Krennic, and I was like, that makes more sense.
No, Krennic was great.
Krennic was great!
Such a shame, though.
It is a shame.
Krennic was great.
Krennic was amazing. I think it's fantastic. Cool, so before this turns into another Star Wars podcast, let's call it a night, guys.
I think it has been another Star Wars
podcast. Yeah, that half this is all Star Wars.
Yeah. It's just nerds, man. Can't help it.
We can't, yeah.
Look at my collection.
I'm bravest now with his lightsabers.
Yeah, literally.
Over your jacket. So yeah, guys, we'll call it there. That has been another episode of 4 Mugs, 1 Mic. It'll be on podcast audio and on YouTube, so enjoy that, guys. And we will catch you next time.
Bye.
We'll probably... It won't be... Because we do these every 2 weeks. We're not going to do it
Halloween is going to take over.
It's Halloween, we're very busy, and it's the day Mario comes out. What we want to do is get some Animal Wolfenstein. So if we do it the week after, we'll have more to talk about in terms of Mario.
So we're gonna play the shit out of Mario.
We'll have a bit of a break.
Wolfenstein. Well, I'll play Wolfenstein.
I'll play Wolfenstein. These 2 play Mario.
That's it. That works.
Job done.
No one's playing Assassin's Creed right now.
No one cares. No one cares. After that disastrous thing,
sorry,
no one cares.
Whatever your name is. Bayak, whatever.
But so a bit of a break, but we'll be back.
Cool. Just smashing, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
If you like that video and want to see more like it, then click this playlist button here. If you happen to want to subscribe to us and check out all our content, then click this amazing, sexy button right here. Look how enticing it is. You know you want to click it. And if you're already subscribed to us, well then you are already an awesome human being.